Today we'll be breaking down the badge system in NBA 2K27. I know it's kind of weird to get started with the badge system instead of the build, but I'm not going to lie to you, when I first loaded this up, even after the explanation from the devs, even after the explanation you get from the game, I was still kind of confused. I needed to sit here and really understand what I was doing with the badge system. So I'm going to break it all the way down, peel it back layer by layer. So once you make your build, you'll be able to apply your badges. And this is your badge screen. In the main categories, you'll see tokens available. If you're familiar with previous 2Ks, this is pretty much your badge points. If you take a look to the right, you can see in my finishing category, these are the badges I'm able to get, and each badge has a certain amount. Of course, the higher the badge tier, the more it costs. So you all should know me by now. Let's say I want a gold posterizer. Gold posterizer is more than Hall of Fame aerial wizard. Gold posterizer is instantly tapping my pockets for 6 points. After I use gold posterizer, I have 6 tokens available, and I'll have to distribute that throughout the rest of my available badges. So you have to be really careful. I know a lot of people are wondering, can you get more tokens? You can. You can get more tokens through things like specializations. So just like NBA 2K26, on NBA 2K27, your final form won't be until like Season 4 or Season 5. And I know you see the extra badge slots up there and you see the bonus tokens, but I don't believe that will be available off rip. So I would say operate as if those aren't there. I don't want to get you too excited, you feel me? So let me go ahead and fill out my badge slots, and then we're going to talk about synergy, the fuse and reaction section. So once again, this is like my personal build. And so just keep that in mind when I equip some of these badges. This is just how I play. So we're going to spend 3 points on Ghost Stepper, which will allow me to be more successful with the step through shots. I just want to try it, see how it goes. After that, you see I have 3 more tokens available, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, maybe we go aerial wizard. I do like my putback dunks. Keep in mind that the tokens are distributed based on how much you spent into it in the builder. So you can see I put a lot of time into finishing, but not a lot into playmaking. So with playmaking, I was only able to get silver dimer, but you all know I don't pass a lot anyway. With rebounding, I decided to go with possession closer and crasher. That would pretty much even it out. Keep in mind that we have different badges for offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. And so I kind of want to have both just in case. You know, my build is 6'8". I will post my build later. My build is 6'8". He can shoot, he can dunk, but I also want to be able to crash the boards. So when it comes to shooting, this will probably be the most difficult for me personally because I want to shoot a ton of different ways on the court. I might hit some standstill shots. I might hit some post shots. I might hit some moving shots. You know, my bag is kind of deep, I'm not going to lie. So I have to balance out the badges with the tokens that I have available. And once again, you're able to get more tokens throughout the game, but it might be tough. So when you're making your badge loadout, and keep in mind, they give you more than one badge loadout for a reason. But when you're making your badge loadout, be sure these are things that you for sure do on the court instead of things you want to do on the court, if that makes sense. So there's a badge for moving mid-range shots, but there's also a badge for standstill mid-range shots. Well, I like to have that badge for standstill mid-range shots, of course. But do I take standstill mid-range shots more than moving shots? Not really, so I'm going with the moving shots badge. When it comes to defense, I just want to be able to lock up and get steals, basically. So I'm using seatbelt and interceptor. And with physicals, once again, this is going to be tough also, but I do like slippery off ball, and I want to use flash, so I'm able to move a little bit. Now we're going to talk about synergy, fuse, and reaction. When I first heard this, I was like, huh? What are you like, Wolf? What are you talking about? But now we have it down. So these slots are pretty much the new Max +1 and Max +2. So if you put a badge in a fuse spot, it will boost that badge for the entire game +1 or +2. Not only that, but this is the only way you can get legend badges on NBA 2K27. You can't get legend badges from the builder alone. putting my driving dunk at 99 overall will only get me Hall of Fame posterizer. But if I put that Hall of Fame posterizer in Fuse, then it will become legend. That's just an example. So clearly you see I only have gold posterizer, but Hall of Fame posterizer is still powerful. So of course I'm going to put my highest tier badge here in Fuse. And then later down the road, when I unlock the +2, I can move my badge over there and then it will be legend. Let's talk about what we have right now. So if you look over to the right, posterizer. If I put it in Fuse, you see it's telling me it'll go from gold to Hall of Fame. Plus, I'll get 6 badge tokens refunded to me. So if you're familiar with core badges, this is like max +1 plus core badges. You get these points back. And now all of a sudden, the badge system isn't looking too strict. You feel me? So you're telling me I can make my posterizer Hall of Fame and get 6 points back in my pocket? Shit. You're telling me I can get the new set shot specialist gold and get 4 points back in my pocket? Shit. Later down the road, I realized I made a mistake right here, but you're telling me I can get smooth operator to gold and get 5 points back in my pocket? Shit. Now this was probably a mistake because you can see that my challenger will increase the gold, but I don't get any points back for this. So I probably should have went interceptor to get 2 points back. But listen to me, man, in your Fuse spots, you want to put badges that you know will activate so your reaction spots aren't wasted. So what badges should you put in the reaction spots? Well, what are the reaction badges? Making your Fuse badges pop up will boost your reaction badges 1 level for the entire game. So that's why I say in the Fuse spots, put something that you know that you will be doing. I know I'll be dunking a lot. I know I'll be activating posterizer a lot. Therefore, whatever I put in this reaction spot have a 100% chance in increasing. You know what I mean? I don't want to put, for example, Aerial Wizard in Fuse and I have a game where I don't catch alley-oops or get putback dunks. Then the reaction spot will be wasted too. So in your Fuse spot, put something that you know that you will do in game. Therefore, when you put those badges in the reaction spot, they will be upgraded too, for sure. Now, personally, I kind of want mine to correlate too. So in my first reaction spot, I'm going to put Flash, and Flash is going to get to silver once I activate posterizer a couple of times. Next up, we have Set and Fire, which is the new set shot specialist in my Fuse slot. I know I'll shoot a lot of threes, so once again, the reaction will be guaranteed. And I actually want to put Deadeye right here. I know I shoot a lot of open threes, but being able to cash in people's face, I mean just straight FaceTime people, you can't sleep on that. You know, I think Deadeye is still an important shooting badge, especially if you don't know how the contest system is going to really be when the game comes out. Now I just want to get to Challenger because this is an easy one. I know I'll be contesting people. Therefore, I want to put Seatbelt right here. So the more I contest people, the better my perimeter defense will be. And I feel like that correlates with each other, and getting Challenger to pop up in game is so easy. So Seatbelt going to gold in game is pretty much guaranteed. For the last reaction spot, I'm actually going Quick Trigger right here. I know I shoot a lot of wide open shots, but being able to just no dip on somebody just in case somebody throws you a dot or a steamer, you can't sleep on that. So I'm going Quick Trigger to be able to get that to silver. All right, so we got that out of the way. But wait, there's some more. Once again, once you unlock extra badge slots, extra badge tokens, you can go back and apply more badges. So remember, we use posterizer in the Fuse slot, which is like a core badge. We got 6 more finishing tokens to go through. Therefore, we're still able to apply some more badges, or we're able to upgrade the badges that we have. You feel me? Same with shooting. Shooting is interesting because we get 6 points back, but we don't have any badge slots. So we would have to use an extra badge slot right there in order to make the tokens useful. So let's say you want to add an extra badge slot. You would click R3, and then you can see, okay, we got some badge slots to fill up, bro. So we need one on shooting for sure, or maybe even a couple on shooting, just because we have 6 tokens in that spot. It all depends on where do you want more badges and how do you want to play. Because wait, there's more. You can see you can add badge spots to even places that don't have tokens, but don't forget, later in the game, you will have bonus tokens. So I can add a badge slot to, let's say, defense, and then add some tokens, and then we'll be good, bro. We'll be able to have more defensive badges, or even with playmaking. Maybe I'll go playmaking, have more playmaking badges. I don't know, man. You can do a lot of things on this game. So a lot of people are saying all the badges look strict or the builder looks strict. That's not necessarily true. You just have to go back and forth a lot. It's a lot of going back and forth. So my brain was pretty much fried. I captured this at the end of the day. I'm talking about 8 hours on the game. To most of y'all, that seems like a dream. To me, I'm too old. But looking at this now with a fresh mind, what I probably should do is add extra badge slots or tokens to shooting to upgrade or get more shooting badges, because that's what I want to do. And then continue to upgrade my playmaking or maybe even defense. But once again, I'm not sure if we have these bonus slots and bonus tokens off rip. So I want you to operate as if you don't have those when the game comes out. Same with the fuse slots. You see the fuse slots are locked down below. Operate as if you won't have those for a while. The way that you get them are through specialization, from what I've seen so far. You'll be able to get synergy spots and bonus tokens. So that is the badge guide. It seems complicated, but you know, it just takes some time to get used to, and that's pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope I was able to help at least one person out. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more NBA 2K27. You all be easy and take care. Peace.